Driving into the epicentre of Myanmar's earthquake, roads lined with rubble, only freshly cleared. Sagaing's Inwa bridge snapped into sections and collapsed. The emergency services were paralysed by the force of the quake. Miraculously, no one died here, one of the few places that escaped death.
Sagaing city is the epicentre of the earthquake, and the intensity was 7.7 on the Richter scale, so the damage was very considerable and we suffered hundreds of fatalities.
In the grounds of a temple, firemen head up to clear the twisted cables and shattered concrete. The bodies have already been removed.
This was a school run by the monastery. It was in full session when the earthquake hit. By the time the shaking had finished, 9 children were dead inside.
Novice monks starting their spiritual lives. At Sagaing General Hospital, conditions are far from ideal. 200 beds and 600 patients in the last 5 days, many still in distress. They lie in the intense heat. 13-year-old Ma A Tenji's foot was so badly smashed it had to be removed.
The important thing is the placement of the patients, because the buildings aren't safe with all the aftershocks. We have to place them outside, but the weather is hot.
This shopkeeper had driven in from the next city along to hand out some food. A chaotic rush forward until some sort of order is restored. But this won't last for long. As survivors rush past, many can't bear to think about the family homes and businesses that now lie in rubble.
There's nothing I can do, so I go to the mosque and volunteer there and just leave the house as it is.
The sections of the bridge rise out of the Irrawaddy River like a serpent, but it'll take a lot more than love before this city rises again. Tony Cheng, Al Jazeera, Sagaing, at the centre of Myanmar's earthquake.
Annette Hearns is the deputy head of the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs in Myanmar. She told me earlier about the main challenges in providing aid to the people affected by the earthquake.
The first thing is, of course, people have lost their homes. So the first thing is shelter and emergency shelter. It's 45 degrees Celsius on many of those days. This event happened during the holy month of Ramadan and on a Friday. The impact in that regard, many of the religious orders, if it's from within the monasteries, from within the mosques, from within the churches, these groups would usually come together to help and support people. And now they too are part of the affected population. So it's predominantly shelter for the first thing. It is incredibly hot, and then people are sleeping outside at night, often in the streets, including many of our own staff who were in those areas. Next to that is access to safe drinking water, sanitation, healthcare, food, all of the components. People need everything.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.